5 o'clock Pacific, game 1 of a doubleheader on TNT. Rockets lead the series 3-1, 7.5, 223.5 the total. And the place is going to be rocking because with all the traffic issues, they've been having trouble getting to the game early on. That's a big reason why the Rockets get off to these slow starts. The place is dead. There's no energy. People are stuck in traffic. So they're doing dollar beers and dollar hot dogs early and open the arena early and having Vernon Maxwell. They're Mad Max. Houston won 118-87, 115-111, 115-113 for OKC. Harden had a look at a 3 to win it, and then the epic game on Sunday, 113-109. I mean, it was a wild game the last 25 seconds. But Harden, you worry about that sprained ankle. But the supporting cast, we mentioned the bench points in Game 3. Nene, 12 of 12 shooting. Lou Williams, Gordon stepping up. They're helping out Harden, and he hasn't played well.
Yeah, I mean, well, look at this graphic from ESPN Stats and Info. Okay, the Thunder have led this series for 128 of 192 minutes, but they trail 3-1. Note the fact that the 128 minutes are the most any team has led in any series in the postseason. So they've been able to control a lot of the flow. What Houston's been able to do, at least in 2 of the 3 tight games, is have the better end game. And of course, you know, each of the last 3 meetings in this series all been decided by 4 points or less. The regular season meetings between these 2 teams, very, very tight. Also, multiple meetings decided by 4 points or less. But, you know, all of those factors point towards the Thunder. Hey, OKC plus the points. I got my concerns there.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions here. Now, the Rockets haven't shot the ball well the entire series, but they're still up 3-1. You know, what happens if the Rockets finally get off to a good start? What happens if they're finally knocking down threes and will maybe OKC? You remember what happened in Game 2? They sat Westbrook for 90 seconds and they blew that lead in 90 seconds, and he was yelling at his teammates. So what happened if he goes to the bench again? And again, they're outscored by 40 points in this series when Westbrook's been on the bench. What happens if he goes out and they blow it and fall apart? And if they go to Hacker Robertson again?
Look, Oklahoma City had their chance at home. You know, we just talked about a couple of series that are tied 2-2. And OKC probably should be tied 2-2 right now. Look at what they were able to do. They shot 52% to 44% in those 2 games. Houston, from three-point range, just 30% from beyond the arc, compared to 45% for OKC. You can't ask for a bigger gap than that in terms of shooting percentages and three-point shooting percentages against a team like Houston, and yet they were outscored by 2 points over that 96-minute span. So you're right. What happens if Houston makes those shots? And will OKC have the glass chin in this ballgame? That's a big concern to me about the Thunder, because the Rockets come out swinging. I'm not convinced OKC, like so many teams that are facing a near insurmountable deficit, is going to have the energy and the ability to turn the tide and make the game close again.
Yeah, Harden has mentioned that they need to get off to a good start for once, and he's right about that. And here's D'Antoni, quote, "The hardest thing in sports is to close a series out. We all know that. We have to win this game for all kinds of reasons. Hopefully we'll have the right mindset. We have to start the games better. We haven't done that yet. There's a lot of things we can improve on. We also know we're going to take their best shot. We have to be ready to respond," end quote. Something to watch is Harden's ankles. He hurt his ankle in Game 3 and struggled in Game 4. And that's another reason they have to wrap this up in 5. And they can sit back and relax and watch that Memphis series if that goes 7 for Houston. D'Antoni, the best strategy of the series, the Hacker Robertson, who was 42% from the line this year, 2 of 17 in the series, and it forces Donovan's hand because he's the best defender on Harden. Then again, it's hard to bet an under if you go into that hack of somebody strategy because you get so many scramble points as well. But what does he do with, does he just bring the ball up and bring it to a crawl? Do you slow down the tempo when Westbrook goes to the bench? He's got to get some minutes off because he's totally gassed, and you saw what happened in Game 2 when he was 4 of 18 in the fourth quarter. Westbrook in, plus minus. +3 with Westbrook in, -40 with him on the bench. Harden, +25 on the floor, +12 with him on the bench. And Westbrook blew up at the reporter Barry Trammell. That's the whole key to the series right there.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that OKC has been so bad with Westbrook sitting, it does force, you know, I mean, Donovan's got a lot of bad choices. You know, you have the best strategy of the series, the Hacker Robertson, you know, Robertson, which has just worked over and over and over and over and over again. And if you take him off the floor, you got no chance to stop Harden. If you leave him on the floor, they're going to hack him, and he's going to miss free throws. Then you have the Westbrook conundrum with all of those minutes. And the minutes have piled up. As you mentioned, you saw what happened when OKC was forced to leave him on the court in Game 2, and everything fell apart late. Minus 40 with him off, Pauly, versus plus 12 for Houston with Harden off. That, right now, the difference in the series, and it may well be the difference in Game number 5.
Yeah, and up next, this one reminds me of Toronto and Miami last year when Valanciunas and Whiteside got hurt. Series tied at 2, Clippers and Utah, the late game on TNT, coming up next on SportsBit. Betting Insight today on SBRPicks.com. Hey guys, for the full video, go to SBRPicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.